Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is super exciting because I am doing a collab with one of my amazing friends here on YouTube. Her name is Crystal and her channel is called Ckey Beauty. Of course, I will link it down below and I would love it if you guys would go subscribe and check her out because she's just an awesome person and she does so many great reviews and videos. She does tutorials, all that good stuff. So what we're doing today is we are both creating a fall look and we're both using the same product. So Crystal's also going to use her Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation and some of her Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I'm sure she'll use some of her favorites, and in my video I'm going to show you guys some of my favorites. I have a whole palette here full of Makeup Geek shadows that I love, and we're also going to use some of these really cool vampy colors from NYX. These are their soft matte lip creams. These are like an old favorite. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about these before. I really love them, and Crystal and I are both going to show you these three shades. Alright, so let's get started here. This is the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. I've been using this with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD to see how it works, and I really like it. My skin is dry. For anyone who's new to my channel, I do have dry skin, so I like to keep my primers hydrating when I can, and this one has been pretty good. I really like it because it dries, but it doesn't make your skin feel all tight when it does dry. It still retains that moisture, and it's really nice underneath the foundation. It just feels very light, even though it does have a lot of moisture in it. It's a great one. I really am enjoying it so far. And then I'm going in with my holy grail. I love Makeup Forever foundation. I used to love their old one, and this is their new formula. It's the Ultra HD, and this is the shade R220. So this is the equivalent to the old 110, which I used to love, but I feel like R220 is an even better match for my skin. So I just take one pump on the back of my hand there. I kind of just evenly distribute it on my face. I'm gonna take my favorite foundation brush. This is the Morphe M439. It is so amazing. The bristles are just so soft. And I think the first time I mentioned this was last year, almost a year ago now actually, because it was my first time buying brushes from Morphe at their store in Burbank. I really like their brushes. If you go to their store, they have the whole selection available. Alright, so now it's time for the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with my holy grail one. This is called Beaches and Cream, and it's just like the perfect transition color for me because it doesn't show up super orange. So I'm just taking a tapered blending brush here, and I like to just lightly kind of blend that out all over my eye. So here I'm taking more of a cool tone brown. This one is called Barcelona Beach. It's another one of my favorite shadows from Makeup Geek, and I'm just taking a tiny bit of this. I just like to take this and kind of focus it on the outer part of my lid, just right in here. And this is a foiled shadow from Makeup Geek. So this formula is a lot creamier. It just kind of glides on. It's very pigmented. The matte shadows are pretty buttery too, but I feel like these are even creamier. If you have the foiled shadows, you know what I mean. They kind of feel like almost a cream to powder kind of product. And this beautiful green shade is called Jester, and I just like to apply this with my finger because of how creamy it is. The texture is really easy to just kind of use your finger. So I like to just pat it on my lids here. Focus it where I want the most color. Usually I like to place this all along like the middle to inner part of my eye. So I just like to place this right here on the middle part. I really love this color and I love the finish too. It's really metallic. It's so bright. And I'm also going in with this foiled shadow from Makeup Geek. It's called In the Spotlight. It's like a pretty champagne color in the shade, but then when the sunlight hits it, it almost looks white. And this also has that really bright metallic finish. And then what I like to do is take a clean blending brush and just kind of softly blend the edges of the foiled shadow away, just to make sure there's not like a really harsh line or anything. I also like to go in with this really rich warm brown color. It's called Cocoa Bear, and I'm just taking a tiny little kind of like pencil brush almost, and I like to put this all along my lower lash line. And this color, it just looks beautiful with the green. I really love it. I've been doing this pretty much every time I've been wearing makeup with green eyeshadow, and I just really like how it looks. And I love how wing liner looks with green eyeshadow, so I'm going with my Kat Von D tattoo liner. This is in the shade Trooper. It's just a really nice deep black shade. Just like to draw the line however long I want the wing to be. So I'm going to do a pretty long one today. So there we go, I just kind of draw it out. And then I just fill it all in. And then I'm taking my favorite mascara, which is the Buxom Lash. I just love this stuff. I'm so hooked on it. And I'm also taking this gold liner and I'm just putting that all on my waterline. Now I'm just going to fill in my brows here with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Auburn. And then I just like to use the spoolie part to kind of brush through my brows, especially like the hairy part of them, which is the front part. I just like to really comb through the color. I do that on this side. Just as an extra little step, I'm taking my Milani Shadow Eyes pencil in the shade Champagne Toast. This is a gorgeous color, and I like to put this right on my tear duct just to keep things nice and bright. This color is so beautiful. Can you guys see how shimmery it is? I just feel like it goes with the whole foiled eyeshadow look that we went for today. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm just using this to brighten up my under eye area and to catch any like possible fallout that I may have. So this is the shade Ivory. It's the lightest one, but Amazing Cosmetics has so many shades. I really love them, and I just like to take a tiny drop of this concealer. Like, that's even too much right there. Just a little drop, and that is going to give us enough coverage for both under eyes. Like, this stuff is so full coverage, it's crazy. Blend it all out with my beauty blender. I love the beauty blender for concealer. It's really great, and this concealer just brightens up everything so nicely. And I also like to cover up any blemishes I may have with this concealer, and then I just make sure everything's nice and blended out. But see, that concealer does give quite a bit of shine underneath the under eye area, which I'm not too crazy about. I mean, if you like dewy skin, you could just leave it like that because it does give you kind of a glowy finish. But my concealer, if I don't set it underneath my eyes, especially in like hot weather, it will definitely like fade off during the day. So I like to just set all of that concealer with a little bit of translucent powder here, and this one is from Laura Mercier. So I just take some of that powder on my Real Techniques setting brush, and I don't really put powder anywhere else because I have dry skin, so I don't really need that much powder. But if you have oily or normal skin, or if it's just a super hot day, you might want to just lightly dust this all over your face. But for me, underneath the eyes is good enough. And now for a little bit of bronzer. This is the Body Shop bronzer in the shade 01 Light, and it's their Honey bronzer. And I'm just taking a tiny bit of this on this really cool angled brush from Morphe. It's their M402. It's huge, it's fluffy. I know it looks crazy, but it's really nice for, perfect for bronzer, perfect for blush too even. If you're someone who likes angled brushes, because I even use angled brushes for my blush. Love how this brush blends everything out. It's so fluffy and soft. I just love it. This is like my absolute favorite blush, especially for fall, because it's so like perfect for any look. I feel like it doesn't clash. If I have smoky eyes, green eyeshadow, like deep vampy lipstick, this blush has just worked for me. And it's kind of like a neutral pink. It's has a lot of brown in it. So I just take a little bit, and I like to build up the color. So I start off very slowly because these are very pigmented, and I try hard not to overdo it, so I gotta build it. And for highlight, I'm using this Pure Minerals Illuminating Powder in the shade Afterglow. Beautiful golden color to it, so I just like to take it and lay a little bit right on top of my blush. It's so pretty. It's not super intense, it's more of a subtle highlight. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys the different lip color options. So first up, I'm going to put on Monte Carlo, which is a gorgeous red. I love this. It's kind of got a blue undertone to it. And before I apply it, I'm just going to add a little bit of red lip liner. And now I'm going to fill it all in. As you can see, it might look really matte on camera, but in real life, this isn't like a liquid lipstick. It doesn't dry completely all the way. It just has more of a creamy finish. I would say it kind of feels like a cream, and you can see if you touch your lip, it does transfer. Just so you know, it's not like a super liquid lip, but I think it is a really comfortable and kind of wearable version. Alright, and here is like your deep berry vampy lip for fall. This shade is called Copenhagen, and I think this looks really great with this makeup look too. That's the cool thing about switching your lipstick. I feel like this takes it to more of a like dramatic nighttime level. If you're gonna go out and party or something, like this lipstick is perfect for that. I think it's so cool. I mean, you can even wear it in the daytime if you want to, but to me this is definitely something that is like super dramatic. And I'm gonna take it a step above. So we're gonna go pretty dark here with Transylvania. This is like an almost black color, and it's really cool because it looks purple in the sunlight. Let me do a quick swatch for you guys. See how dark it is? It looks completely black almost, and for October I think this lippy is just super fun. I'm gonna line my lips again. This is another JCAt liner, and the shade is a warm brown. Alright, I'm going in with 2 coats because I feel like one is just a little bit patchy and I want it to be opaque. There you have your 3 different lippy options for fall. I really love these shades, and these NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams are cool because they don't dry your lips out. Hopefully this gave you guys some ideas for fall looks, and I love the fact that we're showing you what they look like on 2 different skin tones. Hopefully that helps you guys out and maybe gives you ideas of what shades you like best on yourself. And that's the whole reason why we wanted to wear the same lipstick colors, because we wanted to show people how different they can look. I hope you guys feel inspired for fall. Let me know which lipstick you guys like the best. I would love to hear from you all, and as always, thank you so much for watching.